What's good, PK gang? It's your boy Peyton. It's just me today, but I'm gonna be doing. It's kind of like the 50 facts about myself, but it's 30 because it was hard for me to even come up with 30 facts. Um, I don't really like talking about myself or like writing about myself. Like that was one of the worst parts of school. I think was having to do like the self-reflection essays and things like that. But yeah, so this is just so you guys can get to know me a little bit. Number one. I've lived in close to or over 25 homes, and I'm only 20 years old. Uh, I know that's crazy, but like growing up, my parents, well, I guess my parents had me at 19 years old, and so like we always rented homes. We never really bought homes, and so we kind of just lived like lease to lease. I went to college on a track scholarship, but then I dropped out and became a plumber. That's number two. Uh, I actually did have a track scholarship. I went to Western Washington University for like 2 months, maybe, if that. Um, but I did not like the whole college experience. I came home and became a plumber. Number three, giraffes are my favorite animal. I've always loved giraffes. I don't know why. I think it's because they're kind of goofy. Like if you have ever seen like giraffes run or like fight each other, it's kind of funny. Number four, I'm a shy extrovert. Uh, I say this because, like, if you know me, you know, like, you probably wouldn't know this, but maybe you would. Like, I'm really good at talking to people, and I can talk to anyone and find things to talk about, but I don't like talking to people most of the time. Like, I'd rather stay home, or, like, when Kayla and I go out, like, I'd rather just talk to Kayla or, like, be in my own little bubble. Number five, I'm a homebody. Just like the last thing I said, like I'd rather just be with Kayla or be alone and not have to like be social, I guess. Number six, I've been in love since I was 14. Number seven, I met the love of my life when I was 14, and that is the woman that is behind the camera right now. um, Number eight, when I was little, I wanted to be a cop. And that's my dad's a cop. Um, I always wanted to be kind of like him. I just thought it would be cool hearing the stories and whatnot of what he does. I still sometimes want to be a cop as well. Number nine, I still drive the first car I ever bought. Let's be honest, it's kind of a piece of crap right now, but it's paid for and it gets me to point A and point B. So until it stops working, I'll probably keep driving it. Number 10, most of my family lives in Hawaii. My dad was actually, like, I say my dad's from Hawaii. He wasn't born in Hawaii, but he's lived there since he was like 2 years old. So he grew up in Hawaii and like in the Hawaiian culture and whatnot. Um, and his stepdad's whole side of the family, they're actually Hawaiian and from Hawaii. So yeah, pretty cool. That's why Kayla and I went to Hawaii. I grew up going to Hawaii at least like once a year my whole life. Number 11. I'm somehow related to Enrique Iglesias. I don't exactly know how. Uh, don't quote me on that. That's just what I've heard from my family. Um, my Spanish side of the family, I guess. Number 12. Growing up, my favorite sport was basketball. I spent like most of my time playing basketball. In middle school, I played AAU like all year round. Um, it was the first sport I ever played too. I think I started playing basketball when I was 4 years old. And then number 13, from the age of 4 years old till my freshman year of high school, I played 3 to 4 sports a year. And um, I think that was like an important part of my life because I was always super like ADHD, like energetic, and like it just kind of kept me from getting in trouble or being a troublemaker, I guess. Number 14, the rest of high school, I only ran track and played football. So sophomore year, I actually only ran track, but I did it all year round. I did like fall, winter, and then I did summer track as well. or no, spring, sorry, spring, summer, and winter track. And then I took fall, like I took that as like a little break. Oh, and then junior and senior year, I played football during the fall instead of taking a break. Number 15, Kayla. Oh, that's funny. It's number 15. Anyway, Kayla was born on my due date, which is also September 15th. It's funny that that's my 15th fact. I was supposed to be born on September 15th, but then number 16, I was born almost a month early. So my birthday is actually August 26th. And so I was born like 3 weeks before my due date. 17, my mom made me take kindergarten twice because I was too young my first year. But here's the funny thing, number 18, I'm older than Kayla, but she graduated a year before me. So she started school the same time I did, but she didn't take kindergarten twice and graduated a year before me, and she turned out perfectly fine. So there's that. Number 19, I like all music except for most of 80s music. Number 20, I actually don't like anything from the 80s. I think the 80s is like, I don't know, I just see it as like this terrible time in a way. Like, I feel bad if you grew up in the 80s or if you lived in the 80s, and if you liked the 80s, I'm sorry, but I can't get into it at all. Number 21, I have 7 younger siblings. That goes with the whole, like, my parents are young. My dad just turned 40 and I'm 20 years old, so I actually, like, my youngest sibling, how old is Junior now? My youngest sibling was born in November, let's just put it that way, and it's now April. Number 22, my favorite TV show right now at this time is Breaking Bad. I don't know what my favorite TV show, like, hands down would be. 3, I love all animals, but I love dogs, like, especially dogs. They're just, like, I always say, like, we don't deserve dogs. Like, dogs will love us no matter what. Like, and they're just great animals. 24, I'm allergic to walnuts and Brazil nuts. They make my mouth, like, blister up. I'm not, like, I wouldn't say deathly allergic. Well, I guess I've never eaten enough to find out if I'm deathly allergic. But they make my mouth, like, blister up, and it's really uncomfortable, and my throat blisters up. 25, Cuckoo is the first puppy I've ever raised. 26, red and black are my favorite colors. 27, my pet peeve is when people smack their food or chew with their mouth open. I can't stand it. 28, my first job was at IHOP. I was a host. I used to bus tables and hate my life when I worked at IHOP. I think I only worked there for like 4 months. And then my manager and I just did not get along. 29, I have 3 tattoos, but one of, like, this one I count as like 1, even though it's like, I think this was 5 sessions, but it's like, I count it as 1 because it all ties in. But I've got a Bible verse here, Joshua 1:9, and then I've got a big cross on my back as well. And I have plans of getting a lot more tattoos. Number 30, Spider-Man is my favorite superhero. I think, my lanyard. I have a Spider-Man lanyard. I'm a total Spider-Man geek. I've always been since I was little. I think my first pair of underwear were Spider-Man whitey tighties. So there's that. But hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, go ahead and leave a like. If you didn't, don't be afraid to dislike it. I don't care. Comment, ask questions if you have any questions for me. Maybe any suggestions. But yeah, actually you should give us a thumbs up though. And you should give us a subscribe. So, that's it. Deuces.